Super Bowl 57. And this
So this is going to be the second
by
playthrough.
EA Sports. It's the Chiefs and the Bears. All that and more. Coming up next.
Of the Fantasy Football Championship.
The National Football League is on the air.
Hope you guys enjoy this.
Should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, for these Kansas City Chiefs, they, of course, were Super Bowl champions 3 years ago. The win over the Niners in Miami. They fell to the Bucs in Tampa a couple years back. They had the blown lead in the AFC title game against Cincinnati last year. And now they're back, making their third trip to the big game in 4 years.
And their recent history only increases the urgency to try and win another Super Bowl title with this group.
Meanwhile, it has been a roller coaster ride in Chicago the last few years. They've been up, they've been down, they've had double doinks, but now the Bears are back looking for what would be just their second Super Bowl title.
Now, we do know that the Bears had plenty of success pre-Super Bowl because they won 8 NFL titles to be exact. But as you just mentioned, looking for their...
The stage is finally set, and here we go. Super Bowl 57 is underway. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Mahomes not wasting time. He'll throw. And his first pass is incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now here's Mahomes. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone.
The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and throw wherever he wants to. Even though he does it well on the run and on the move, you definitely want to get him off the spot in the pocket.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Mahomes to throw. And a little floater there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So here are the Bears banked up to start their initial drive. They're led out by last season's comeback player of the year in his third season now. It's Joe Burrow.
And he spoke very eloquently and passionately on media day about what a victory here would mean for him. He knows this just isn't any other game. This is the kind of game that stays with you for a lifetime. If there's anyone on this field tonight who's most ready for this moment, I think it's this man right here.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And the Chiefs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day three corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now Mahomes. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Up the middle with Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Legarius Sneed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick six here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there, because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Extra point try, good by Gano. And the lead grows to 10-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The road ahead a little bit more difficult now after that pick six. So dealing with this deficit here, we'll see if he can try to make amends on this drive. 1st and 10. After the pick six, here's Burrow again. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the linemen to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. On 3rd down, Burrow. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Watch out for Hill on the return. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. KC's offense ready to take over. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Mahomes now to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Second down, here's Barkley again. And not much running room. Down to the 32. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. A good start for him in this one here in the 1st quarter, and he's now 2 for 2 on field goals.
And I know while the offensive coaches are telling their guys, hey, let's leave the kicker out of it unless it's an extra point, this could pay dividends if this game is tight down the stretch. His confidence is going to be sky high if they need him for a big-time kick.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now Burrow on first down. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And the Chiefs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They begin with a run by Barkley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. One quarter done and 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. It's the Chiefs on top early. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter. On second down, here's Mahomes. To Barkley on the check down. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The Bears offense ready to get going again. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense. Now Burrow. That's to McCaffrey, complete.
And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, then they might get hit with a screen. Maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step, and if you do that, that's a win for that play.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Now Hill to return it. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now here's Mahomes. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes, wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one and earns him a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He hits his target, Lockett. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races, down the right side. The 20. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself now just so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And now they are in prime position, 1st and goal after the interception and return. They'll look to make it pay off for 6 points. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. They go option right on 2nd and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Davante Adams from 4 yards out. And the Bears are on the board here in this Super Bowl. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. Fields it right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. And Kansas City's offense now is set and ready to go. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Burrow will throw. It's complete to Diggs. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Nwosu, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Burrow looking to pass. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
And out come the Chiefs now. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this one is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mahomes going to throw. He'll get this to Lazard. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And again, it's Mahomes. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. A good return there, 17 yards. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 37. Looking deep for Adams. And this is taken in at the 5. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. On the ground, McCaffrey. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As soon as he leaped out, he began his run. Someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
3rd and goal. Burrow. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs from 4 yards out. And the Bears will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Gano's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to get.
He's got a man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33, and that play started back at their own 33.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. McCaffrey running up the middle. They find some open field here. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Burrow. His throw incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That is caught at the 7. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Christian McCaffrey taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? 4th and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go ahead and get the rest of it. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy on that one.
The extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He lets it fly for Oluokun. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there for KC. 57 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Mahomes will throw for it. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you're probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Burrow. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Block the ball of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back, But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Here's Hill on the return. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And now here comes Kansas City. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 44 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They'll go to Barkley again. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the draw, this is Barkley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Gano's kick is good, and they have regained the lead. So give him 3 on that drive. And, you know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 37. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here in Super Bowl 57 from Glendale.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi Trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, 26 yards.
And the Chiefs are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Gano the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey.
59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. A handoff to Barkley. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense.
That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Tooney. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Second down, here's Barkley again. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
They run. It's Kamara. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Barkley, inside handoff. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. It's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
It's caught. Block it. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Big gain of 5. And it'll be 4th down. First down would have been nice, but now you get to kick the field goal, still go up 2 scores.
They tried to get it, though, didn't they? Threw the pass, got the completion just short of the first down. But you're exactly right. Run the field goal unit out there. Kick it. Put it through the post. Go up 2 scores.
Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one's CD going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss, because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
And that's off the mark, incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Burrow. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Burrow on 3rd down. The left side throw complete to Adams.
And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And Burrow going to throw again. He gets this complete to Diggs. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams.
And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
To throw, Burrow. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
Throwing, Burrow.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Burrow.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. It's Barkley on the counter, and he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll run with Barkley. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So now the Bears down on the scoreboard. 23 seconds to go. And they have to have a touchdown to level this Super Bowl as they come up on 1st down. Now Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's Burrow. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way. Didn't have to face some adversity in the journey. And now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.